10 November 2020, and I'm joined by two ladies from ZPP, Vimbai Chiwuswa and Macylen Mpofu Jensen. How are you?
I am well, thank you. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you.
Very
I'm very
well.
well. How are you?
Very well. And I think today we need to be very, very quick and get to the point. What is happening?
Wow, that's a good question. What is happening is that Vimbai has left ZPP, and Vimbai just kind of finished off what was started for me. And what actually happened is we have a meeting, directors meeting, that started on the 28th of October. And it is escalated to such a way, to such a point where we are now, that Vimbai has been, Vimbai is me, and I have been demoted from my position as Director of Education and Policy Development for having attended a meeting and for having sent the minutes to the team and the members, and all starting with the time of the meeting. Because what has happened is there was supposed to be a scheduled meeting on the 28th at 1 o'clock UK time. And remember, that's the night when we in UK or we in Europe change our time. So in Europe, we gained 1 hour. So when the meeting was scheduled, Jason called me at 12:15, saying we were supposed to be in the meeting. And I actually said I was at work because I was cooking and I was at work. Right. And I could only put headphones on because I was at work. And anyway, when I finished work, which was 1 o'clock, I called a group meeting at 1:03 UK time. And I managed to find Macylen and Ishane Suzinyoka, who are both directors as well. And being the quorum and being what can we do? And it is within the time, the UK time, the international time of the meeting. So we carried on with the meeting, but we did wait a bit for the others to see if there are Jason and Veja would join us. Veja was not able to join us. Jason didn't come as well at that time. He did contact us later on with the statement that we cannot continue with the meeting because it was now like out of bounds. We were supposed to have made the meeting at 12, like UK that time would have been 12 o'clock. And so that meeting was not a correct meeting. It was an illegal meeting and we were supposed to stop and not continue. But we said, no, we are not going to stop because we are, the three of us are three directors and we are a quorum. And we are going to continue with the meeting and we are following the agenda. And that's exactly what we did. And we wrote our minutes and we posted the minutes. And that is what has caused me from being demoted from my position. And now, besides that, there was a 1 week suspension of the whole party activities. And there was also removal of me from all departments, all my posts, because I've become a security threat for ZPP and an infiltrator suppose. And a lot of things has been said. And now I've been informed through a video that was read by Celesile that I've been demoted from my post, of which now following that, there was a list as well of who is going to be doing what in which capacity. Interestingly, my HOD has been removed from her department and sent to be the HOD for Ishane Suzinyoka, who was also part of this meeting and agreed from the beginning that we can continue with the meeting. And like I said, Macylen is here with me. We were together in this meeting. So it just becomes three leaders who have attended the meeting. Three of them, one gets fired and the other two remains in their posts and life goes on as usual. That's not what I signed in to do when I said I was going to join ZPP and I was one of the founding founders of ZPP. I said, people of Zimbabwe, let's work together and bring a better Zimbabwe where we all know where we are. We all know what we are working for. So because of that, and I feel that what I signed in for is not what is happening and I cannot continue with ZPP. So that's why I've resigned today. I sent in my resignation.
Okay, so you've resigned.
Yeah.
after an internal dispute, which is looking quite simple to me, over a meeting.
Yeah.
I don't want to ask you the next question. I want to ask it to Macylen. Macylen, I thought all the directors in ZPP were equal.
So did I.
Okay. So what happened here?
Well, in the beginning, when we were removed, actually during the meetings, we removed from the directorate by Mr. Midzi. So we discussed actually with Mr. Zinyoka. Mr. Zinyoka was furious about it because he did not think that majority should be just one person. And so apparently a few days later, Mr. Zinyoka and Jensen agreed that the democracy is it can be 2 directors out of 5. So they decided that we were going to go on holiday, which was not scheduled, and decided who should be moved to which departments and why and how, without consulting any other directors. So we were kept in the dark. Members were calling, writing, asking what's going on. I couldn't answer anything because I knew as much as them. Even when the video came, we didn't know anything about it at all. We also heard it as directors for the first time on that video. So actually, it's a rotten democracy, which we can't live with. We thought joining the ZPP that since there are 5 directors, there'll be 5 people to take decisions. There'll be 5 people to communicate with people. That communication would be the core of the party. And communicating with people, not just removing them from one department to another without asking them questions or without asking them if they are okay with it, but moving people like potatoes, on a market, that today you put on your potatoes on the marketplace, tomorrow you put them, you rearrange them without even asking. People are not potatoes. They need to be communicated to. They need to be involved in what's going on, in as much as the directors need to take big decisions together and not just decide that this is what is done. And when things start going on like, Donald Trump party, you just second your thoughts, think, okay, what am I doing here? How is it going to end? Is it a new Donald Trump thing, or what? Is it democracy? Is it what can you call? Is it a new dictatorship or what? So I do not know democracy like that. I do not know even Chivan Ubuntu is not like that. When a child is leaving a home, when a mother is starting on a new project, a father starting buying a cow, you sit down as a family, I'm thinking of doing this and this and that. And the family will say,
okay.
Oh.
Let me hold you there, Macylen.
Yeah.
Are you quitting ZPP?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so you're quitting. Vimbai has quit. Out of 5 directors, 2 have quit. Is this the end of ZPP?
No, it's not the end of ZPP. ZPP can carry on. ZPP, I wasn't there from the beginning. I'm not one of the founding members. And some of the founding members have left before, and ZPP carried on. Vimbai is one of the founding members, and I'm sure she would want ZPP, as she said, to carry on because it's her baby as well.
Okay, so let's quickly wrap up. What's the way forward for you, Macylen? When you quit ZPP, we want you and your ideas in Zimbabwe politics. What are you planning to do?
Yeah, I'm quitting ZPP, but I'm not quitting politics. And the ideology of ZPP is very good, but democracy needs to be there. And I want to carry on with democracy, empowerment of people. So that's the way forward for me.
Okay, are you joining MDC? Alliance?
No, I'm not joining anyone.
Where are you going? ZANU-PF?
No one who is already there. Starting afresh.
What is the plan? You're going to form your own political party?
Yes, we are.
The 2 of you?
So far, yes.
Vimbai. I want to hear that from you.
You know what?
Yeah.
Even if it means just to prove some people wrong. I had so many calls from people telling me that Vimbai, you are wasting your time. There is not going to be ZPP that will do anything. There isn't going to be any form of anything happening. So if I quit now, I've actually supported those people who told me from the beginning that, you are wasting your time. There isn't. You are not doing anything anyway. You are not going to make any impact anyway. Wait, one second. So what I want to say to the people, we went in this because we have the heart for our nation, to say we can change. It takes us people to work together, and we are still holding on to that. And yes, I am moving on. Nothing stopped. Just the change of the uniform, but the work continues.
Okay, why are you guys not joining a party like the MDC Alliance? I want to ask you that question because it's a very successful party, and you guys are very good. You're in the diaspora, you're well spoken, your ideology does not differ. Why not call Chamisa now and say we want to become part of MDC Alliance?
We are totally different. We are very much different. We are very much different. As I once asked you, Gambakwe, what are the councillors of MDC, what have they done? We want tangible proof. We want to see. We don't want to just hear. We want to see. And that's the politics we want. We want the politics that where people can see the difference, not just hear the difference. Until we are going to
But there's so much work in setting up a party. There's so much work to establish the finances required. Isn't it better to just jump into an existing party?
No, because like what we are running away from ZANU, like this thing that you don't know where you are, is the same thing that has been going on in MDC, and it's the same thing again that is kind of infiltrated in ZPP, where we are saying we have individuals who think everybody else is a chess figure, where you are moved left and right and center, and you are not even consulted. So we are calling again, like especially me, to say, what, those people of Zimbabwe origin who say, what, we are tired of what's going on. Hook up with us. We promise you we'll get a better Zimbabwe. And yes, we are determined. We will get there.
Okay. Are you going to be based in Zimbabwe? Because ZPP is diaspora. Are you guys going to go to Zimbabwe?
No. You know what? That's definitely in the future, yes. Even now, with ZPP, it's a combination. It has always been from day one, a combination of diaspora working with people from home. It's not like diaspora decides everything. No, that was never the case. The case was we started like in diaspora, like I'm going home anytime. I'm sorting out myself. I've already made up my mind after almost 20 years that home is best. Okay, that's me. But we have always said diaspora and people at home, our Zimbabwe brothers at home and sisters, let's work together. We need both sides to be able, to build this nation together. We need both sides. It's not about we being better and those you just have to take from us. There are some things that changed ever since we have left. So we won't be able to know that unless we connect, like really connect with those at home, which is what we stand for.
Okay. So what I promise you guys is I'll give you the same platform that I was giving you. And I am also going to be moving my media house to Zimbabwe. So obviously, we'll be seeing each other on the ground. Any hard feelings against the people in ZPP? And are you taking some of them?
We're not taking.
Are you taking the people?
We are not taking anybody.
Nobody belongs to us. People are free to do as they wish. So we are not going to say we're going to take this, we're going to take that one and that one. People will just follow. If people are leaving ZPP for ZANU, let it be. If they're leaving ZPP for MDC or for us, let it be. So people are free to do whatever they desire.
Okay. Any of the other directors have quit besides you?
Not that we know of. And if they do happen to knock on our door, we won't close the door.
Okay. All right. I'm happy with the responses you've given me. And it's quite sad to me to see this situation. Can you call this a split, or what can you call? Because it's almost half-half.
The divorce.
It's a divorce, like one that you cannot remend. Because even if we were to say, let's come back again together, we will know that anytime anybody can land under the bus. And it's not a good feeling to have. It's not a good feeling to live in. We want to be free. We want to work. That's why some people have left other parties to come and join us, because they wanted that security that we offer and say, like, you know what, we are going to be working differently from the others. But apparently it wasn't like what we thought it was.
Okay. So the model of not having a president, do you think that works? Don't you think this is what caused the problem?
No.
No. Maybe a separate administration, a completely separate administration, that we had all our departments who were doing fantastic jobs on their own, but maybe we're supposed to have an extra group of people that deals with the administration. Maybe that could have solved the problem. But well, all the same, it was a learning curve. And for me, it was a foot into the politics of Zimbabwe, and I learned massive. I really enjoyed, and I don't regret any part of it. And I don't wish ZPP to die. I do wish they will move on. But maybe what they can do is see one or two things that they can change so that ZPP becomes the baby that is supposed to be, the party it's supposed to be, because the agenda is really good. We did a good job there.
Right. And the idea of not having a president is one of the very good ideas ZPP came up with. A very good idea.
Okay. So you know what I think we should do? No. Let's let this sink in. People have absorbed so much information today. Let's do a weekly, as usual, where you guys come and talk and we update each other, update Zimbabwe. And I would be very interested to know between the two of you how the dynamics are going to work, because you're all two strong women. And
women
normally,
power. Don't we say the mother is the house of the mother is the backbone of the house. So two people or two ladies on the boat, we can only go forward.
We are strong and reasonable.
Okay. I don't want a situation where we come back again and now it's Vimbai by herself saying something about Macylen.
Yeah, no, we hope it won't get to that. You know, I think one thing that we have both of us in common is that belief that, you know, it doesn't have to be just politics on its own, right? That, you know, we need a strong political party, a strong policy makers that will, you know, like govern the way the whole country works. Right. But at the same time, we need that empowerment of people from the grassroots, that all of them, at least those who are willing to work for themselves, can live a normal life. And then if we can bring either project ideas, either, you know, like community development, that they can work together and bring something. And those two feet have to work together somehow. So I think because of that background, because Macylen has got that as well, and I believe in that. So somehow, some way, I think, you know, the two of us will be fine.
Okay. I wish you luck. And as I said, we need to plan for a weekly discussion. And please don't be angry at me if you see me having a weekly with the ZPP, because that's my job. I offer a platform. And what I've realized is, well, people are angry at me now because I offer someone a platform from MDC Alliance is angry at me and so on. But I don't think that's how the way it should be.
If I met ZPP people that I know on the streets, I would still greet them. I mean, we should agree to disagree and then move on. No grudges.
Okay.
Yeah. If I meet people who are willing to talk to me, I won't shun them off, because we have our rights to have our own opinions. We are not
fantastic. Right. Let's wrap up. Any last words? Let's start with Macylen.
Last words. Well, I would like to say to ZPP, thank you for the time that we've had. And I hope that they won't see me as an enemy. I don't see them as an enemy. They're doing a great job. That's why I joined ZPP. But the way it's being run now came to me as a shock. I didn't know what to think or what to say. As I had said to Zinyoka when Jason started removing us from different forums, I said, if Vimbai and Zinyoka leave this ZPP, I will not continue because I won't know how safe I am in ZPP. So that's why I'm leaving, because I didn't feel safe. I'm not feeling safe. So I won't wait for the same thing to happen to me just because there is no communication.
Okay, Vimbai.
As for me, to the party, ZPP, I was also say thank you so much. It has been a journey, a wonderful journey. Sadly, it has to end this way. No hard feelings. And I take with me everything that I learned, and I leave everything. I'm not going to say anybody of ZPP, come follow me. But one thing for sure, whoever follows me, I'm not going to close that door. Because I was one of the people who was recruiting people. I was one of them who was making them a promise that, you know what, we are building a better Zimbabwe. We are working together for a better future. And I still stand by those words, and I'm not going back anywhere, and I won't let anybody silence me. Maybe I was too dumb to be able to read the Constitution and follow it accordingly. But what I can say, whatever I was doing when I was in ZPP, I was doing with a good conscience that I'm giving in something for my country. I'm giving in something for the people who are working with me. I also paid personal sacrifices that, you know, at one point I had my little child asking me when he was 7 to say, Mommy, do you now love your phone more than me? Right. That's as far as my family paid, or I personally paid, that my child is asking me, Mommy, do you love your phone more than me? Because I was doing ZPP work. No, I don't wish them die. I don't wish them to, like, you know, the party to dissolve. I wish them to do well. And thank you so much once again. And thank you, Gambakwe, for hosting us and giving us this platform.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And I really love a female-led party. And I hope that when you get to Zimbabwe, you do more to recruit women, because women in Zimbabwe are not voting for other women. I worked with Mamjuru back in 2017. I was doing communication for her. And the biggest problem from the metrics was that we only had 30% of women engaging with the content. At that time, she was the highest. And when other women came, they were not willing to work with her. They continued to split the little female vote that we had. And we had, at that time, Madam Cooper, I think we had Fadza Mahere, who was in This Flag. We had Linda Masarira. We had a lot of young women, but they never worked together. They were all doing separate things. And our biggest effort was to try to attract women into politics. So I think your entry is going to make a very big difference.
That's what we are hoping for.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining me today. And I think we've spoken for longer than I expected. Obviously, we are 3, so we speak for longer. Right. So I think let's wrap it up here. And we find a day when you come and we talk about a political party. Any name as we speak? Have you thought of a name?
Not really. We are still debating. We are still thinking of like how the setup is going to be. But don't worry, once we have something concrete, we'll come back.
All right, fantastic. And please don't forget to consider many alternatives. I think you are in a very good position right now. And I would like to see you guys considering many alternatives.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you very much. And we'll talk again very, very soon.
Yeah, we will. See ya, Bonga. Thank you, Tatenda.